Welcome, friends. Really excited to share the following presentation with you. Make sure you join us, pay attention, grab a pen and paper. Please subscribe to our channel. We bring you free of financial education. We're not financial advisors yet. We're the users of this incredible opportunity. We have full presentations, we have daily meetings, and we have full support 24/7 globally for you to take advantage of this. We've incorporated AI into the camel company of Canada, which right now we're accepting. Make sure that you go out to the product development page and purchase this course so I can get you set up. My team is ready to help you get set up.
Afternoon to some of you guys dialing in
Let's join.
from the western part of the planet, from South America. We've leaders on tonight. Welcome to the call, Alex, all the way from Brazil. I think it might be your afternoon over there, Alex. Americana. Okay. Almost sounds like a continent. Welcome to the call. That's one of our guests tonight. Andy B's on as always. Welcome to the call, Andy. Lots of A's, including Anilis and Arif and Ava, of course, is always on the call. Thank you for attending, Ava. And lots of people tonight. Some of you are, most of you, I guess, are new guests. I don't recognize the names. Now, there's a great name. Look at this. Grant Johnson, Braver Angels, Eugene. What a name. Thank you for joining us. Greg, thanks. Welcome to the call. And so many more of you. I'm just going down to see. John, I think that's you. I was speaking to just, we sent John the invite. I'm going to say 3 minutes ago, and maybe not before the, maybe 5 minutes ago, and John has made the call. Thanks for joining, John. There's lots of Johns, by the way, on this call tonight, as well as Jude and everybody else. Thank you so much. And plenty of K's in the house. Catherine's and Keith's and Chemos and Kogmoto Soto, and maybe I didn't pronounce that right. And more and more and more. I'm only down as far as M now, and I'm gonna. I always go to the bottom to see. Oh, the champ's with us tonight. Welcome to the call, Zoe. Zoe with a Y. Interesting. We have Zoe here with ZOE. This is Zoe with a Y. And guess who's not in the house tonight? Zoom user is not here. I always get guessed. Zoom user. We have lots of Zoom users and iPhones. I never see Samsung joining, but interesting. Well, first of all, thank you so much, all of you, for attending tonight's call. We have a big audience tonight again. This is our last presentation of the week. We do a training on the same link on Sunday. The idea of tonight is to just share some information with you. We're not here to sell you anything. We know you're somebody's guest. We thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule to have a look at this information. And let me pull up the presentation. Let's get started here and tell you more about this opportunity. Let me also hit the record button, guys. And the idea of tonight, like some people want to talk about this and that and the other. My job tonight is to give you an overview of, as best an overview I can. That's totally independent. I just want to give you a full overview on the business. So let me hit the record button and we'll get started straight away. So where is the record button?
Recording in progress.
Well, thank you all for joining us on this Aurum platform presentation. We're here to look at Aurum Foundation, a very, very interesting project. First of all, a little bit about myself. I don't work for this company. I'm not employed by this company. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you any advice in respect of our opportunity. I'm just independent. I'm an educator. I'm going to share just my opinions and read a little bit of research I've done into this. And I'm going to show you who's behind the company, which is very, very important. I'm going to talk about some of the products that I've been able to try out. And at the very end, to those that are interested, you might like to learn a little bit about the affiliate program. So let's start with the company itself. You'll be delighted to hear that Mr. Brian Benson is the CEO and one of the co-founders of this platform. Now, Brian Benson, briefly, is from the United States. I think he grew up in Santa Barbara in California, but he did his university down in San Diego. And when he left university, he went straight into the banking industry, and he worked for Morgan Stanley, very, very reputable bank. And he was a trader over there where he traded and learned how to trade. Very, very successful guy. But when he left Morgan Stanley, he went into a total different financial industry. He got into Web3. Web3 is blockchain. Web3 is Bitcoin. Web3 is digital currency and technology. And he worked for the biggest, probably of them all, Binance. And in fact, we just learned yesterday that the CEO of Binance at the moment, I think his name is Richard Tang. Richard was a co-worker with Brian over at Binance, but Brian left Binance and Richard is now the CEO. It used to be CZ. So his friend is the CEO of Binance, and Binance is a spectacular company. It came from nowhere, and inside 12 months, the whole world had heard about them. Faster than Tesla, faster than Microsoft, faster than Apple. Binance is a unicorn. It's just one of these special companies. And why did Brian start his own company? Because he was an employee over there. And here he's the CEO, he's the co-founder, and he wants to create 1,000 millionaires. I'm going to hear that in just a moment, because he created many millionaires over at Binance. His job was he was actually the director for Latin America. He opened up the Mexican marketplace. He had a major in multiple languages. He speaks Spanish and Portuguese, and it was very appropriate. Binance sent him into South America, Brazil, which was a big market, Peru, Colombia, Chile, all of those South American countries. Brian's responsibility was to do the due diligence, open the marketplace, deal with the relationship between the banks, the traditional banks, and the crypto world, and all of that. And he was very successful at Binance. But I decided to do a little Google on him because I'd never heard of the guy before. And if you're new to this, you've probably never heard of this guy either. So I just went to Google and I typed in BRYAN, Brian Benson Binance. And I was very pleased to see, wow, it's all over the place. There's images here when he was much younger. He had a head of hair back then. Now he doesn't. He looks like this one on the top left, exactly like that right now. You can see him here with a Binance shirt on. He is the Brian Benson from Binance. Very, very well known. I mean, this guy has a lot, not only is he well known, he's got a lot of contacts. And that's important. This is not his first rodeo. If we were looking at a company where there was some new kid on the block trying to do something or trying to prove something, that will be a different equation than what it is. We have somebody that knows how to steer the ship, somebody that has experience, somebody that has connections, and that's why we're pleased we've got Brian Benson. The next thing that I dug up was I'd heard Forbes had mentioned them in some of their articles. Now, Forbes is a very reputable marketing company. They're a media company. In fact, they create the rich lists. Now, to create the richest people in North America, the richest top 100 in the world, or the 20 top richest ladies in Asia, whatever configuration of rich lists they do, there's a lot of data required for that. There's a lot of research required for that. So when you have this type of researching company writing favorably about Aurum, then that's a good thing too. Aurum providing institutional grade trading, and I wouldn't expect any less from Brian Benson. And then the next piece that's quite interesting is they have a working system already up and operating, which is the Aurum Visa card. Now, it's very difficult for any company to have their name on the same card as Visa. It's quite a difficult task because there's a co-branding opportunity here. Visa and Aurum, they have to agree the image, they have to agree the size, they have to agree the font. But before Visa would allow Aurum to issue this card, they must do their KYC or KYB, know your business. They would have to know who Brian Benson is. They'd have to know the shareholders, the financials. They'd have to know, is this company strong enough to represent Visa? Do they have the licenses that are required? So from our perspective as consumers, it's great to see a product like this because we know obviously the issuing bank would have done its due diligence, and that helps some of us come to a decision. So I was happy to see that as well. And then just recently we've learned that Brian Benson is one of the main speakers at the world's largest blockchain summit, and that happens in 2 weeks from now, first few days of October, Brian Benson is speaking at the Token 2049. It's bigger than the Dubai event. He's speaking at the Singapore Token 2049. But look who he's speaking with. Richard Kang, his friend from Binance, is speaking, one of the key speakers. Justin Sun, who created Tron, if you know TRC20 or Tron, TRX. Justin Sun speaking there. Paolo Ardoino is one of the creators and co-founders of Tether USDT. The guy behind KuCoin is there. Brian Benson from Aurum is speaking at this. So now we're dealing with not an actor. We're dealing with someone of substance. We're dealing with somebody who's well recognized, and he's out there in the public. He's doing Zooms like I'm doing for you tonight. He does these, twice a month for the whole community. He's out there, he's meeting the people, and they have a presence. They also have a stand at this Token 49. Now, if you want to get here, the company are offering a promotion. I'll maybe cover more about it at the end, but just briefly to tell you, if you do about $25,000 of sales, the company will give you a contribution of $750 towards your flights. You can meet Brian Benson, go out for dinner with him, hang out with those guys on the stand, because they have a stand at the event as well. And why that might be beneficial to some of you is you could gather a lot of leads. Like-minded people from the Web3 space is all over this event. And getting those people to understand cryptocurrency to join your Aurum business might be something you'd like to be at this event. It's commercially viable because if you got some clever customers from this event, it could really accelerate your business. So that's one of the opportunities if you qualify. But you also get 3 nights accommodation. Now, at the same time, the Formula One event is on in Singapore. And I can tell you the hotel rooms are very expensive. It's probably going to be $1,000 a night, but you don't have to pay that. Aurum will cover you. And that's just one of the opportunities around this event for those of you interested in marketing it. So there you go. Token 2049. I also noticed that not only did Forbes write about Aurum, but Forbes permit Brian Benson to write on their finance console. And he wrote a great article here called Fix the Money with Technology, and you can fix the world. I'll let you guys read that yourselves. But after doing my homework, and of course you must do your own, I decided I want to meet this guy. I want to meet him face to face. I want to find out more about him. So I asked lots of questions. I spent 3 days with him. I had breakfast 2 of the mornings, lunch, evening meals. But I wanted to know about him and his family and his parents. Where did he do his schooling and where did he live? And then where did he move to? And then I asked him, how did you get working in the bank and where did you start in the bank and what did you trade when you traded for Morgan Stanley? They're a very big company. And then why did you leave Morgan Stanley and where did you go after that? And okay, so how did you get in touch with Binance? How did you get employed there? And what was your role? And you were a director? Wow. And what did you have to do? And all of these questions. And then I asked, well, tell me more about what you're going to do with Aurum. And he says he wants to create another unicorn type company. He says, I'm not going to do it as fast as Binance, not a chance. But maybe in 2 or 3 years, I'll get somewhere close. He wanted to create an ecosystem and a platform that was very easy to onboard customers into cryptocurrency. So he's going to create 2 exchanges. He's going to create a centralized exchange and a decentralized one. Now, obviously, the centralized one will come first. But the benefit of having an exchange means that from your traditional bank, you'll be able to do a bank wire onto Aurum. So the bank will send the money straight into Aurum's exchange through what you call Swift payment or SEPA, if you're familiar with that, probably in Europe, SEPA. These are money systems to transfer money into this exchange. And this will all be above board and licensed. And from there, inside the exchange, you'll be able to convert that to cryptocurrency if you wish and start trading and doing all of those sort of things. So this is in the pipeline. And yesterday, we got a good insight for what's coming. So we're very excited about what he wants to create. But he also said he wanted to create 1,000 millionaires. And when I heard that, I says, why do you want to do that? He says, because he witnessed more than 1,000 millionaires over at Binance when he worked there. Kids, he said, kids coming in with their computers. They were playing games on their computers. And they used the computing power of their PCs at home to generate Bitcoin through Bitcoin mining. And then he saw these traders coming in. Like in Binance, there's lots of people trading on Binance. Brian Benson can handpick the best accountants. He could say, these guys are the best performers. Actually, these are the top 5 performers on Binance. He now has a relationship that he could pull them to Aurum or to anywhere else. So the connections this man has is very important for all of us. Anyway, enough for me. Let's hear from Brian Benson. Please listen carefully.
I think if we sum it up in one word, it's ecosystem. At Aurum, we're building an ecosystem, and we're really trying to focus on getting this thing to a unicorn status. And what I like to say is we want to create 1,000 billionaires. And so if we can do that, then that will be $1 billion business. That will be a unicorn, and we'll be very excited if we can accomplish that. And we're well on our way to that. So
there you go, 1,000 millionaires. So maybe some of you would like to get to the lofty heights of millionaire status. You certainly have a vehicle can do that for you. If in fact you're interested in putting the work in, you put the work in. I can promise you this platform could deliver. Now, to get involved with Aurum, costs $20, so there's no freebies. I was a little bit surprised about that. I thought he might allow people to register for free, and he said, no, no freebies here. There's reason for this, a number of reasons. Number one, this $20 that we pay is almost like a compliance component. What do I mean? If I was to introduce you to this platform and I was incentivized, let's say you registered and I got paid for that, I'm being paid to incentivize you to come and join this. So he said, I don't want that. We charge $20 for anybody for the whole year to use all of our products except our Visa card. He says it's like a gymnasium membership. You pay for your gym membership and you can use the running machine, the rowing machine, the steam room, the sauna, the swimming pool. You can use those facilities. Yeah, I don't want you to pay your membership. Here's the same. You pay $20, but you're using these financial products. He said Amway, who is 70 years old, this is the model they're following. There's so many companies here and gone, here and gone, here and gone. Amway's been standing for 70 years. What does it do? It charges you $35 and nobody gets paid. So the $20, nobody gets paid. He said the $20 times 1 million customers gives us $20 million. Do you want to be involved in a strong company or a company that's reliant on other avenues to bring the money in? It means they do not have to infringe or touch any of the trading balances to keep the money ticking. The subscription covers the membership. The membership covers the company operations. He says this is a very clever model. So I didn't agree with it at the start. I don't have the choice or any control over it. But now that I see it and understand it, I go, wow. If somebody's willing to try $20, they're very serious about the business. So I think it's a good thing now, guys. But that's the bad news out of the way. Let's give you some good news. They have 6 or 7 products. I can't tell you about them all because I haven't tried or used them all. I have used these 3. I've used the EXI bot, which is 10 times my favorite, followed by I've used the Pro bot, I've used the Zeus bot on Telegram, and I've used the card. Obviously, the exchange is coming, so I haven't used that. They have a thing called flash loans. They do arbitrage trading. I think they have some kind of loan system as well. They have different products in there. I haven't tried them all, but I'm happy to tell you about the ones that I have tried. And with that said, let's talk about the first one, which is called the EXI bot. It's done remarkable. It's got results now going back over 2 years. So this is their oldest product, and they offered this product only to the high net worth individuals. They didn't open this to the public until I think November last year. They started to change their guidelines. Because they're opening an exchange, they need lots of customers on the exchange. They need lots of token holders on the exchange. So now was the time to release this to the public. But all the high net worth individuals, venture capitalists, the wealthy people used to use this product, and now they've opened up for ordinary people like myself. I assume yourself. The results are spectacular, over 450% in those couple of years. The worst it did in 1 month was 9.3%. That's great. 9% is fantastic. That's the worst it's produced. The best was 23%, but it only ever did that once. The average is probably more important. So whilst the profits are up and down, the average works out at about 17%, 17.5% a month. Now, don't get excited about that, guys, because you don't get that. That's what Aurum gets. What you get will be determined by you. And it depends on the deposit you make to your own account. So you need to think about this this as like a bank account. It's called the Neo Bank, the Aurum Neo Bank. Neo means new, the new bank. And this is the new way banking's going on, because the traditional banks are closing their shops, they're closing all the high streets, they're trying to push us online, and they're also moving to digital and cryptos as well. So this is a neo bank situation where you get yourself an account and you deposit what you want. You can put in $112.14. You can put in $396.09. You put in $7,722. So there's no packages here. It's just your deposit, and whatever that is, it'll fall into one of these categories on the screen. So let's say you put in $220 to test this out. You're going to get approximately 10% a month. If you could manage more than that, let's say you did $702, okay? It would fall into the second category. You're going to enjoy benefits of about 11%. Or if you could do something bigger, let's say 3,110. Yeah, so you deposit that, it's going to fall into the 13% category. Now, I said to Brian Benson myself, I said, Brian, if you're paying out all this money, how do you guys make money? I mean, how can you afford this? And he said to me, these are the words, because I had this up in front of me. He said, the answer's on the screen. And I didn't know what he meant. He said, listen, where do you think the majority of the customers will come from? And I said, Europe. He says, no, I don't mean that. Where will they come from? Where do you think the bulk of our customers will lie? Between $100 and $4,999? Or do you think the bulk of our customers will be from $5,000 to $50,000? I said, probably in the lower categories. Correct. So most of the customers will be in that 100 to 249. The next most batch will be 250 to 1,000. The next batch will be, he says, so the majority of our customers will be at the lower side. That's what he expects. I said, okay. So when they're getting 10%, we get the spread. We get the difference. We're making 7% on those customers every month. He says, that's fantastic. He says, for those that get 11%, we make 6%. For those that get 12, we get 5. For those that get 13, we get 4. We're always making money. I went, wow, that's good. Okay, so I understand that. Right, that makes sense, because we do want to be involved with a company that's going to be around, a company that's going to be strong. So this made sense to me. So here's an account here I want to show you. Now, this is not company data. This is a customer's account. And this customer account was started on the 17th of April. And that's why I prefer guests to use their computers to look at this presentation rather than the phone, because some of the print here is small. But the deposit was $500, and it was made on the 17th of April. But look what the $500 was yesterday. Yesterday, the $500 was sitting at $882. So yesterday was the 17th of September. So if it started on the 17th of April, we've got May, June, July, August, September. This is exactly 5 months this account has been trading. And the $500 is now at 882. So is that good? Or how good is that? That's the question. Is that good? So if somebody says to me, I put in 500, I've got 882, I will go, sure, it's only 300. It's not a lot, is it? So that's the way I would evaluate that. But when you actually put the maths to it, it's spectacular. Because to calculate the percentage, you put the profit over the principal. The 382 is the profit over 500 gives you 76%. 76% in 5 months. So how do you evaluate that being good or bad or otherwise? What I tell people is, listen, imagine you bought a property in your town, in your locality for $100,000. And imagine you bought that property on the 17th of April this year. And yesterday being the 17th of September, imagine you sold that property and you got $176,000 for it. How good is that? You bought it for 100, now you've got 176. That's what 76% make. He said, oh, that's good. I said, yes, it's fantastic. Because where's this going to be in 12 months? So it's very good. And that's just a little small account to give you an example. Now, the reason it's done 76%, we have to be very transparent here. An account of this size, between $250 and $1,000, is advertised to represent approximately in or around 11% a month. So how come this did 76% in 5 months? And the reason is because the reinvest button was turned on. So when you have an account with these guys, they do not turn that on for you. They're not going to touch your account. You are the account holder. It's up to you to engage that button. So you need to learn where that button is if you wish to compound. Now, what does compounding mean? What it means is, let's say today you made $10. At midnight tonight, that $10 will go to Binance or Kraken or OKX or KuCoin. All of they trade on different exchanges for liquidity. But imagine, let's say it went to Binance, right? That $10 is added to the principal amount that you had, and it trades with the principal and profit working together. So you're actually trading more than just the 500. So that compounding effect is why this account has done particularly well. If that button was off, I imagine it would have done $55 a month. Yeah. So in 5 months, it would have been about 250, not 380. It's done better because it's compounded. So that's up to you to decide if that's something you'd like to do. But anyway, that's a very small account, and we can follow the progress of this account as the weeks go ahead. Now, I want to show you a bigger account because this is quite spectacular as well. This account was started on April the 10th, and it was funded with $10,000. So obviously, the $10,000 account gets better. It gets about 14%. Well, closer to 15% this one should do. But wait do you see what happened? We're looking at the 16th of May. The $10,000 account started on the 10th of April to the 16th of May. That's 5 weeks. Look what it produced. 2,360 profit. Let's look at this again. From the 10th of April to the 16th of May is 5 weeks. The $10,000 is sitting at 12,360. It's made 23%. 23% in 5 weeks. The next time the account was examined was the 24th of June. From the 10th of April to the 24th of June is 10 weeks. The account achieved 55%. The 10,000 is now at 15,500. The next time the account was examined was the 10th of July. On the 10th of July, this $10,000 now is sitting at 17,000. Isn't that incredible? 74%. And on the 10th of August, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. The $10,000 is now $20,000. Doesn't stop there. That was the 10th of August. What about the 10th of September? We're now looking at 20 weeks. The account achieved 142%. The $10,000 is sitting at $24,000. 14,000 profit. Isn't that incredible? So that's the product working at the higher end. I just wanted to show you a lower value account and a higher value account. And that's why people are getting excited, because this is without any customers. This is without any Zoom meetings. This is just your money going to work for you instead of you having to get up in the morning and go to work for your money. That's how the rich get rich. They get their money to work for them instead of them going to work for the money. That's how rich get rich. Okay. So for those of you who are not rich, most of us aren't, we need to get our money to work as best as we can. And this is the first opportunity I've seen where we're dealing with a real company, with a real CEO from finance, great reports from the media, with a Visa card. Because if you want to take the profit out, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you stop the bot and send the money to your card, and then you go spend it in the shops if you want to. Or you can withdraw it to any wallet if you wish. So all profits can go straight to your wallet every day if you wish. So if you need cash flow, don't turn on this button. Leave that off, and all your profit every day will go to your wallet, and you can withdraw to your card or externally to whatever wallet you wish. That's if you need money to pay bills and cash flow. If you hit the compound button, well then, that's how you get the bigger style account. So you can learn more about that in training. So that's our first product, probably the best product, I would say, in my estimation. I'm not an expert, but in my estimation, I think it's excellent. It says here on the slide that it's trading $34 million. The update on that yesterday was it's trading $37 million. This was at the beginning of the month. That was at the end of August. So for the first 2 weeks of this month, there's another $3 million going on to that bot. Now they have different bots. That's just one bot with 37 million trading in it. The second bot they have is on Telegram. It's called the Pro Bot. It's similar to that one. Let's call it a sister product to the main one. What's the difference? Well, the difference is you have to go to Telegram to try this one. The difference is you cannot put any more into the Pro bot than you already have in the other one. So let's pretend you had $300 on that left-hand bot and you wanted to put 700 into this one. That will not happen. You cannot put any more than 300 into this. So it's kind of paired. You could put in less. You could have 300 on the left bot and 100 on the right bot. That's fine, but you can't put any more into the Pro bot than what you already have over there in the other one. So why would you want two? Well, it's to deal with your own home economics. This bot allows you to take the profit out every day and the principal. So let's say you needed the money in 6 weeks' time. Well, yeah, you want to have it in the Pro bot because you can take that at any time you want. The next question I always get is, well, what's the withdrawal fees? Is it expensive? Does it cost us money? Some platforms charge 10%, 7%, 8%. These guys charge 1% plus $1. It's for nothing. Really, really good withdrawal fees. So that's the second product. The third product is called the Zeus bot. Now, this is for those of you that might have a little bit of Bitcoin sitting around. Maybe you have a little bit of BNB sitting on your Binance, not doing anything. Some people, like, they maybe bought $200 or $300 with BNB. They were doing some transactions and then they stopped using it. But there's 100 or 200 sitting there doing nothing. This product's great for that you can move your BNB here and increase your BNB or Ethereum or Bitcoin. So this is a great product as well. I'm going to show you how this works actually, because we have an example of an account here. To get this one operating, you go to Telegram. Again, not everybody understands Telegram. Telegram is like WhatsApp. I'm a WhatsApp guy. I'm not a big fan of Telegram, but now I'm going to use it for this. So you go into Telegram and you search, not for my name, you search for Aurum Neo Bank. When you find that, you click on it, you press open the application. When you open the app, it asks you to log in with the same details from your main account. And inside this Telegram app, you can order your Visa card. Now, I'm going to talk about this later, but that's where you get the Visa card. But you also have a number of wallets in here. And you've got a Bitcoin wallet, an Ethereum wallet, a Binance BNB wallet, a Pepe wallet, a Dogecoin wallet, and you have to download Polygon as well. Just press a button, and you get a Polygon wallet. I don't know why we need that, but it's probably something to do with the exchange that's coming later. But anyway, you get these wallets. And let's say you wanted to trade a little bit of Bitcoin. So in this example, I'm going to show you on the right-hand side of the screen, this account was funded with 0.7 Bitcoin. That's quite a bit, 0.7 Bitcoin. And that 0.7 was deposited on the 31st of May this year. So you're looking at May, 31st of May. So you've got all of June, all of July, all of August, and 2 weeks of September. So 3 months and 2 weeks. That's how long this account has been operating. It was started with 0.7, and it went up to 0.7, 1, 7, 2, 7, 4, 7, 9, 8, 8.1, and now we've got the screenshot of that. But it didn't finish there. It went from 0.81 to 0.82. It then went to 0.84, and you can see your Bitcoin starting to grow, 0.85, 0.86, 87, 88, 89, 0.9. So 0.7 becomes 0.9. Then it went to 0.91, 0.92 in 3 months and 2 weeks. So it's made 0.22. Now, many of you don't know what that means. Let's ask. How much is 0.22 Bitcoin in US dollars, please? There you go, $25,800. Well, this account has made the customer $20,800 with no customers, with no business going on, with no Zooms. It's the Bitcoin growing because they're trading Bitcoin every day. So that's pretty spectacular. And you could have Litecoin in here, or BNB, or Pepe, or Ethereum, or Bitcoin, and try this out. Now imagine you're a listener tonight to this call and you don't have any of those tokens. Let's say you don't have any Bitcoin or BNB. You can start growing it here without having it. How does that work? Let's suggest that you introduce this customer here on the screen that put in the 0.7 Bitcoin. Imagine you introduce this customer to this platform. Aurum will pay you a matching bonus of the profit every day. You can get 5% of what this customer makes every day. Every day it's Bitcoin, you get Bitcoin. Now, you didn't have any Bitcoin. Now you're starting to gather Bitcoin. What about Ethereum? One of your customers deposit Ethereum. You don't have any Ethereum. You get paid in Ethereum bonuses. There's one rule. You have to reach the first rank. I'll talk about that later. It's not hard to do. Everybody seems to be doing it. Once you hit the first rank, you get 5% matching bonus on these tokens that other people are trading, not you, which is incredible. So anyway, that's how that works. Here's a customer put in a Bitcoin. Here's another customer that put in 2.75 Bitcoin. Well, it used to be 2.75 Bitcoin. The latest update is now it's 2.81 Bitcoin. So there's a customer put in over $300,000 to test this. So guys, not just the little guys are playing with this. The big boys are here too trading. So it's really, really good. Look what this customer did over here. 26,545 million pepe. 26,545 million pepe. Now, I didn't even know what pepe was. I heard of Aurum, but I didn't hear of pepe until I now know what pepe is, because I started getting this pepe every day. What's this pepe thing? Where's it coming from? And it's because one of my customers did this deposit. And every day they make money, I get paid in pepe, and now I know what pepe is. So it's a meme token. It's about this frog kid, like it's crazy stuff, but apparently a lot of people like this one. I'm not here to, I'm no expert in it, but I don't mind gathering a little bit of pepe if it's coming to me for free. So anyway, that's some of the, I mean, that's guys, that's over $250,000. That what's in that pepe there. So it shows you what some of the customers are doing. So I want to finish now just with the last product. The last product I want to talk about is the card. The card is amazing. Why would a piece of plastic be amazing? What's amazing is there's no name on this card. What does that mean? That means we don't need to know your name to give you one of these cards. That means we don't need your passport, your utility bill. We don't need your driver's license, and you can get a crypto card. What can you do with this? Stop the bot and put your profit on the card and go spend it. This allows anybody to spend cryptocurrency anywhere in the world where Visa and MasterCard are accepted. No KYC. You can put up to $100,000 a month on it. If you do more than that, then you must KYC. The loading fees for putting your money onto this is very, very low. And there's rewards by sharing this.
Aurum Neobank is a next-generation financial ecosystem with a fully integrated cycle. Top up your balance, earn through the trading bot, spend with your card, and restart the loop. Choose from 4 card tiers: Nova, Imperium, World Elite, and Infinity. Each unlocks access to cryptocurrency payments, low fees, and premium rewards. No verification required. Minimal fees. Physical card included. Higher transaction limits. Take control of your finances and grow your wealth with Aurum Neobank.
Like the music, I tell people. Really, really good card. And that card starts at $33 with no monthly fees. The next one is a $66 card with no monthly fees. $99. The one I'm holding is a $249 product, but you get the physical card. Those other ones, it's just what you call a virtual card. You link it to Apple Pay, Google Pay. So you do this tapping thing. I've never used that type of system. I know the kids are using it, but I don't know how to connect this. I'm sure it's easy, but I don't do it. I'd rather this guy. You put it in the ATM machine, you withdraw your cash, you go to the shop. I can tap it or swipe it or put it in and put a pin in. Really good product. And it's got the lowest fees. It's got the highest rewards as well, and the highest limit. So that's the one I promote. On Sunday evening, I'm going to do a little training on this to show you how you can build a business with this. Basically, this is how it works. Imagine you put this card in the hands of 2 or 3 people, and every time they bought their groceries every week, you made money. How does that sound? Let's say they paid their phone bill and you made money. And what about if they went to the ATM machine and you made some money? And what about they go for coffee tomorrow morning and you made money? So if you put this in the hands of the people and they load up their card, you make money on everything they're spending. And how it works is it's to do with a ranking system. We'll cover that at training. Essentially, you can get paid on thousands of customers from all over the world as they spend their money. And really, really good product, guys. You need to come to training on Sunday night to find out how this actually works and how you could make it. What I'd like to do now is show you it working. And these are the first 2 transactions ever conducted in the United Kingdom. Have a listen to this.
Right, here we go. First transaction in the UK for the Aurum card. Let's see this working. Authorized. Happy days.
And John's on the call with us tonight. John's always on the call. He never misses one of these. So I don't know how he feels about hearing himself and seeing himself. But look, his name's not on the card all the same. And his good wife sent him down to get some milk in the grocery store. He's trying to use cryptocurrency. Let's see what happens.
Here we go then. Second official transaction. Lovely. Thank you, Mina.
There you go. Spending digital money, cryptocurrency in a fiat, predominantly fiat world. John, I would have got a cream egg sitting at the till there. Did you not see the yellow box right in front of you? Imagine buying that cream egg with USDT. Now, you all know this next guy. This is him using the ATM machine. Have a look at this, guys.
Okay, in goes the Aurum card. Balance. Okay, so there's 5,720 on the thing. Let's do a transaction. Let's take out cash machine. Let's figure out other maximum 800. So the fee is $3.99. Accept and proceed.
John says, lovely jubbly. I was struggling to get the money out because it was thick. It was like 40, 20-pound notes. In all my days using these machines, because they're every shopping mall, they're on every high street, they're outside every bank. The most I think our limits seem to be is like 250 pounds a day, something like €300 a day, $500 a day is the most you can get out with a visit. And if you presented the card a second occasion, it would say, you've reached your daily limit, come back tomorrow. Okay. So when I did that transaction, it took out 800. I was surprised it was 800. That's $1,000. I said, wow, 800 limit, that's great. And it came out. Wow, I couldn't even grab it. It was that thick. And the interesting thing was, I said, wow, I could take out 800 tomorrow and 800 the next day. That's just great. When I represented the card right there after that transaction that I recorded, and it gave me another 800. And I did it again, and it gave me another 800. I did it again, it gave me another 800. I went, because I noticed this a camera on the side of the bank, and I went, and I was just taking out 800, sticking it in here, and it came out again. The receipt went out, and then it 2 pumps, and then I felt guilty taking out my own money. Can you imagine? Because I wasn't used to these machines giving you so much, and it appeared to be no limit. I mean, I only did it 4 times and left. I'm sure if I had it continued, because it was 5,000 in that card. So, but why do I tell you this? Because this product is sensational. Anybody with cryptocurrency, let's say you had cryptocurrency on another exchange, you can drop it in your Aurum account straight onto the card. You don't have to trade it. So it's a route to get cryptocurrency into the fiat world of spending. This is what Brian Benson wants to do. This is called the off-ramp solution. How do you spend your crypto? How do you use crypto? The on-ramp solution will be the exchange, where you can send your money into the exchange, get the crypto, put it on the card, go spend. Or for your commissions. Let's say you make commissions in the affiliate program, you make $100, $500, send it to your card and spend it. Or let's say you make profit from the bot. Stop the bot trading, send the money to the card. So it's a great, 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 great product. So there you go, guys. Very happy with that. And that's our presentation over tonight. I know I went a little bit slower, a little bit longer. I extrapolated because I see a lot of guests on tonight. Please do get back to the person that shared this link with you. If you enjoyed what you heard, if you want to find out more, if you need your questions answered, by all means, get your very valid questions answered. If you like what you see, guys, get your account started tonight. I'll tell you why. Because tomorrow you're going to get your first profits if you get it done before midnight, I believe. At midnight, they take all the deposits, they send it to the various exchanges, it gets traded tomorrow, and then you get your rewards tomorrow. If you want to think about it overnight, that's fine. But then you still don't have to come to the decision, do you want to do it? And then it's going to be the day after. So when I saw this, I just tried it. It's working for me. It's working for everybody. It's just super. And there's more things to come, but that's really it for tonight. I've taken, 40 minutes, 45 minutes of your time. There is one more part if you're willing to sit on for just another 2 or 3 minutes. We do have a partner program. It's probably better known as an affiliate program. Very, very, very lucrative, shall I say. Now, Apple have an affiliate program as well. If you go to the bottom of their website, you'll find a thing that says affiliate link. If you click on that link and you recommend, let's say you like Apple, you recommend Apple products. If you recommend that, Apple will give you rewards. So Aurum have adopted the same type of system. So how does it work? Okay, there are 15 different ranks, guys, okay? And everybody starts, including me, as Nova. Nova means new. The new star in the sky is the Nova star. You're the new star in the Aurum business. You get 3% of every deposit from every recommendation that comes off your referral link. Okay. Now I know you've promoted lots of things in your life. Everybody has. The ladies promoted a hairdresser. The boys have promoted the car mechanic, the accountant, the plumber, the electrician. The ladies have promoted the high heel shoe shop or the dress shop. Even by the clothes you wear, you're promoting something. Oh, he likes Hugo Boss. Oh, he's a Tommy Hilfiger guy. Oh, she likes Michael. Look at that handbag. She likes Michael Kors. So by the brand you use, by the car you drive, he likes Range Rover. She likes Toyota. We are walking, talking marketing machines, even though you don't know it. Simply by sending people to this Zoom, you can build your business without opening your mouth. Because the person who invited you here tonight hasn't spoken yet. So you could be here tomorrow with your guest, and you don't have to explain this because you've got somebody else to explain it for you. And if they sign up for your referral link, you get 3% on their deposit. All of their deposits. If they deposit this week and next week and 2 months and 4 months. Now, if it's $100 they deposit, 10,000, doesn't matter, you get 3%. There's one rule, you must have $100 trading yourself. So that means everybody can start for $19.99 to join the platform. And then they put $100 into their account and get it traded. So $100 is a very low starting point for anybody who wants to start at that level. It's fantastic. But of course, I know many of you see the bigger numbers there. What about 5%? Is that better? Would you prefer 5? Would you like a pay rise? To get a pay rise is easy, I promise. You need $7,500 in total trading volume. Now, not just your customers, but your customers, the whole team of customers in your whole community. So that might be one customer. Let's say you show this to a customer tomorrow and they put in 10,000. Well, you already qualify because you only need 7.5. Does that make sense? Maybe you had one customer did 5,000, one did 2.5. You took 2 customers, but it could take 100 customers doing $75 each. You know what I'm saying? So once you have that, your Voyager, you get 5% of deposits. You still don't need any more trading, but you get your $100 back. The $100 you started with, they give you 100 straight back. Now you're out of risk. Well, how good is that? Start a little business, you're out of risk. Ask any business person to set up a business, a small business, is minimum 30,000. Minimum 30,000, and you work for 2 or 3 years to try and get that back. Here, you get your money back once you hit the first rank. You could do that tomorrow. You could take 2 days to do that, and now you're totally out of risk. You get the 100 back. What can you do with 100? Put it on the card, go spend it. What else could you do with 100? Withdraw to any exchange you wish. What else could you do with 100? Add it to your trading bot, so the 100 becomes 110, 120, 130, 150. Make it more money. So you have a choice with this extra cash bonus. But here's another bonus you get. All for just doing this one rank. you get 5% every day on the trading profits of your team. So you remember I said I was receiving this Peppy thing? I said, where's this Peppy coming from? There's where it was coming from. Because some of my customers who I didn't know put in Peppy and they were trading Peppy, I was getting a 5% match. And guys, that's not just on your own customers. That's on all customers to infinity levels of depth. 5% a day, every profit received. It's spectacular, guys. Now, of course, who wants to become Voyager when there's a position called Vanguard? Vanguard, you get 7%, you get 7.5% daily matching bonus, you get a $500 cash bonus, and all you need is 25,000. Adam, who's always on the call, he always comes up at the start of the list there. Adam brought in a customer for $50,000. So Adam went Voyager, Vanguard. He nearly hit Vanguard Pro with one customer. He also qualified for a vacation in Phuket for 2 people because he needed 40,000 to qualify for that. So with one customer, 3 ranks. He qualified for a trip to Phuket, including his flights for 2 people, all expenses paid, just for doing that one thing. He gets 7.5% on all other deposits. He gets a $500 cash bonus, and he's getting 7.5% daily matching bonus on his customer. Very good. Now, of course, it's just more of the same. You can get 9%, 10.5%, 12%, 13%. You can get matching bonuses over here. But look at these cash bonuses. Imagine you got $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. What about the next page? There's 15 ranks. That was only 7. Here's rank 8, 20,000 cash bonus, 50,000 cash bonus, 100,000 cash bonus. Guys, what did Brian Benson say to us at the beginning of our call tonight? He wants to create 1,000 millionaires. I can tell you, anybody that gets somewhere between legend and Dominion, you've got to be a millionaire. You can't not be. Dominion by itself gives you a $500,000 cash bonus. And some of you say, well, I can't relate to that. I understand that. You can't think who would give you $500,000 cash bonus. Guys, it's very possible. I've hit the magnet rank in 4 months. In 4 months, I've only 1, 2, 3 to go. It is possible if you believe it's possible. It is possible if you roll up your sleeves. It is possible if you keep attending the events. It is possible if you keep inviting guests. It is possible if you're willing to learn. It is possible if you have a burning desire to be successful. It is possible if you're willing to work. You see, $500,000 plus 150 that you previously got was 650. Plus 100 is 750. Plus 50 is 800,000. Plus 20 is 820,000 just in the cash bonuses. Plus the previous page that we looked at, plus these percentages, plus these shareholder bonuses. It's a sensational plan. You don't have to worry about that. Just go back here and worry about how do you get to Voyager. That is the building block. If you know how to get to Voyager, it's only 7,500 sales, and you help 3 people go to Voyager, well, obviously, you're Vanguard. If you help 3 people go Vanguard, you've done more than enough to be pro. If you help 3 people go pro, you've done too much. That's 180,000. You only need 125. If you get 3 people to go Nexus, well, that's 375. You only need 250. So you only need 3 people and multiply a very simple system. We teach this at training, guys. I just want to give you a flavor of this. This is very real, very achievable. And all you've got to do is plug in and learn a little bit more and put it to work. To finish off with a couple of withdrawals, let me show you that on the 19th of April, this account withdrew 0.1 Bitcoin and a fraction more. 8 days later, on the 27th of April, they withdrew $500.
هو الجابوني
1 month
اللي
after that, on
كان
the
شو
27th of
جابوني
May, they
المشكلة
withdrew
هذه تكون
$5,000.
الجليدة اللي
2 days after that, they withdrew $4,500. And then nothing for 18 more days. And 18 days later, they took out
والله رباط
$10,000.
كارت كاتها بوريخو
Says
تدي
here
شبه
32,000.
بيا مليونير ما
I
قال
don't know how long
مليون
that
تنا
was.
بني
That was
بوتين الفرازة تشكي
19th of April to 24th of June. April, May, June. 8 weeks, $30,000.
زرجنا
doesn't
خدا
end there, guys. It
دوني
just
مالا
keeps
كي
going.
بكرو تهجو زيرو ده
For instance,
برو
they took out
باكي
3,500
يكتولو ده
on the 4th of July. They took out 7. 3 days later, they took out 20,000. Interesting enough, people ask, what does it cost to withdraw? 20,000 that was withdrawn ended up at 19,799 in the customer's account. This is a trust wallet. You could put it onto the card. I wouldn't, unless you needed to spend the 20,000. There's no point having it sitting on a card. So you can take it out and put it on a wallet, or you could put it on a card, or part of it on a card. You don't have to put it all. You put 1,000 in the card to go shopping this week, and do the rest later. Or if you had a bigger item purchase, you could put what you want on the card up to 100,000. Don't put any more than 100,000. Then they need your passport, your driving license, but keep it under 100,000, and that's pretty good. What else? Look, $4,000, $2,500, $16,000, $30,000, $6,500, $4,500, $10,000. Look at that, 130,000 out of that account. Incredible in a very, very short period of time. So anyway, I think we've given you a fair enough overview. We've touched a lot of points, a lot of information for new people, but it is a thorough, full overview to tell you a lot about the company and who's behind it, to talk a lot about what's going on with the products, show and demonstrate it, show the card working. We've covered a lot. We could do this in 20 minutes and then leave you with 2 hours of questions, or we can cover most of it and give you a fuller overview. It's a bit like, do you want to see the film itself, or do you just want to see the preview? Yeah, the preview lasts 3 minutes, or do you want to see the movie 1.5 hours? I want to see the whole movie. You've seen us. You've seen a good chunk here, including withdrawals. So what I suggest is please get back to the person that shared this with you. If you've done your due diligence, if you like what you see, dip your toe in the water and try it for $100. See how it goes. If you can do it tonight, you'll get your first profit tomorrow. That's the best test. You know, sitting back watching it's not going to make you any money. I would suggest stick with the first bot for the first week. Don't try anything else. Just get familiar with that. Do a withdrawal. See how that works. Test it out. Get familiar with the back office. Maybe the following week, say, you know what, I'm going to try those other ones. You know, the Zeus and the Pro. Try that for a little bit. Maybe the week after that, go get your card. Why? Well, you don't need your card if you have no money to put on the card. Make some money, so you need the card to put the money on. So lots of people focus on the card, but they've no money to put on it, so they've just got a card. So I think that 3-step process is how I would do it. Of course, you're your own boss. I'm only here to share the information with you. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something tonight. If you don't ring the person who invited you here tonight, I'm sure they're on here listening too, and they're going to give you a call in the next 5 minutes. So with that said, whatever decision you come, thank you for joining us tonight. You've been a great audience, and we'll talk to you all very, very, very soon. Have a great evening. Good night, everyone.
Incredible presentation just concluded by Hugh Paul. This presentation happens, friends, every single day at 3 p.m. from Monday to Thursday. We have additional trainings on Saturday and also on Sunday. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel. You just heard the man himself, and we're following that track. We're looking forward to hearing from you. Raleigh's right now in a hospital bed, and he was watching it. There's absolutely no excuse for any of you who watched this video not to get in touch with us. Thank you, Raleigh. You are muted, but if you want to add anything, you're right now under therapy and you're still doing it. You're muted, my friend. We will stop this recording and we will get people to get signed up. All of the people who attend.
Okay. Thank you, Arif, for making it possible. Thank you.
My pleasure. Have a great day, my friend.